What's going on, guys? My name's Bloody Rain, and in today's video, we're going to be talking about the Desert Treasure 2 boss, Duke Sucellus. Now, as far as gear and inventory go, you want to bring your best melee combat gear. As far as your weapon, it's going to be your best slash weapon. For me, I'm using an Osmutton's Fang with the Dragon Defender. In your inventory, you want to bring a good spec weapon. For me, I'm using the Bandos Godsword, a super combat potion, 2 to 3 prayer potions, some good food, a stamina potion, your best pickaxe, a pestle and mortar, then a teleport here. For me, I'm using the Ring of Shadows, but you can also buy some Icy Basalt off the Grand Exchange, and maybe you might want to think about bringing an oh shit teleport, just in case things don't go your way. Okay, if you've used the Ring of Shadows like me, you're going to end up right about here, and we're just going to make our way east and then north. Enter through the heavy door. And then continue walking north into the boss's lair. Once inside, the first thing you want to do is drop about 5 pieces of your food. We're going to need to make room for some of the things that we have to gather up in here. Now here, you want to avoid the shadows on the floor and the beams of light. If you run into any of those, it's going to do a pretty significant amount of damage. Once here, you're going to pick the Ardor Mushroom until you have 2 or 3. Grind them up with your pestle and mortar, and you want 12 of the Ardor Powder. Again, avoiding the lights and the shadows on the floor, we're going to make our way back to the center of the room. Go up the second set of stairs, and same thing here, avoid the shadows on the floor and avoid the lights. I usually find that once the second one goes off here, that you're good to go ahead and start running. Same thing here, you're going to pick 2 to 3 of the mushrooms. It depends on your herb lore level. With mine being 80, I only have to pick 2, but remember that number you want is 12. Wait for the lights, avoid the shadows. Now you're going to come back to the center of the room, and you're going to mine either the salt deposit here on the west or the east side. It doesn't matter. Just make sure that you're avoiding the gas that sometimes comes up through these vents here in the middle, just like that. Okay? Once you have enough, oh, don't do that. You're going to fill these fermentation vats. Fill one on each side. It automatically takes out the appropriate amount. Destroy any extra. And then you can collect your potions from the vats. Okay, now once you've done that, it's time to gear up, pot up, and get ready for the fight. Gonna drink our super combat over here with an anglerfish, and I'm gonna go ahead and get my spec ready on the Bandos Godsword, and I'm gonna summon my Thrall. Now you do want to make sure that you're protecting from melee and using piety here. And once these vats finish up, you're going to make your way to the boss. Make sure to unload both potions on him. Protect from melee, spec, and move behind the pillar. At this point, you can switch to your slash weapon, and you just want to make sure that you're hitting the boss right as he does his slam attack, and then moving back behind the pillar. Now he does have this eye attack. If you're not behind a pillar when that happens, it's going to do significant damage. When you see the boss spit out acid, you're going to want to run to the other side of the room and continue flinching him just like we were before. Make sure to be behind the pillar for the eye, and continue flinching. Run to the other side of the room. One thing to keep in mind is that when he does do the eye attack, as long as you're behind a pillar, it's a good time to pop back up and maybe summon a Thrall. Once he spits out the acid, run to the other side of the room, At 50% health, you'll notice that he spits out 2 instead of 1. It's still the same mechanic. Now, as you can see, like I just did, if you don't make it out in time, you will take damage from the vents. Don't worry, it's nothing too much to worry about. Use this time to pot up, summon a thrall, and continue flinching the boss. Making sure to step back behind the pillar, and we've got him down. Oh, what just happened? He shot out another one. That was weird. And that's the boss fight. And that's going to be it for today's guide. This is my first video, so if you feel like there's anything that I left out, or if you just have any questions, feel free to drop a comment below, and I'll make sure I get back to you guys. I do hope that you guys have the best of luck on your Duke Sucellus grind, and that you end up with this cute little guy just like me. Please like and subscribe, share this video if you found it useful, and we'll catch you guys in the next one.